Now that we ran the bot locally, I'm going to show how we can develop an architecture that looks like this. AWS CloudWatch used EventBridge on a daily cron job, and it will send trigger events to the Lambda, to our Transcout Lambda. Here our code will run, and this Lambda will make calls to the YouTube API or the Reddit API, or maybe both, and grab what's trending in the theme of our channel. And then it will send all that information to Claude API. Claude API will use that as context and come up with some fresh ideas for us for videos. It will analyze what's trending right now today, come up with a recommendation of what we should work on next. So that's gonna relieve the overhead of us doing the research daily and coming up with ideas. It will just kind of suggest what it thinks is the best possible action. And then it will send to Telegram. So in Telegram we will have a channel. Maybe I'll keep that channel open so everybody could kind of see how it works. These are all the secrets that we're gonna need for this project. One of the core things when developing with AI is making sure that the secrets are not being shared with Claude Code or really anything. So you don't want the secrets to be part of the project. You want them to be excluded from the Claude Code running all kinds of file sharing between itself. Yeah, so this looks good to me, and like always, what I do is when I start a new project, I bring in this idea MD file. The idea MD file, I will use Claude Code to start the development of the project here. So what I do is I include in the video idea bot the idea MD file, and I will say start development. And what Claude Code will do is it will figure out all the things that needs to build for making this integration work. So it created a 6-step process where it sets up the project structure and dependencies, builds the YouTube data source module, builds the Reddit data source module, builds the cloud analysis module, Telegram delivery module. So essentially what we had before in our plan, it figured out that that's the steps that it's going to take. I will allow all changes to the project. And let's see as the files are coming in. So it actually went with a Node.js language for this use case. So the first thing it will do is use the Google APIs. It will search for the niche. So somewhere we're passing in the niche. It will search for the niche, list all the videos, map through them. So it will return things like views, likes, comments, the published date. Now the analyze section, it will import the Anthropic AI SDK and it will use the Sonnet 4 model. And it's saying you're a content strategist, you're giving you a trend content data from niche, collect in the last 24 to 48 hours. We want to find a pattern. What do top performers have in common? Identify recurring hooks, structure, emotional angles, title, formulas, or niche clusters that essentially it's gonna take our latest content and figure out some structure, and then it's gonna spit up ideas, or it's gonna spit up 5 ideas for us. And then when it delivers it, it will use the Telegram bot function. This could really be anything that has a messaging API, maybe WhatsApp or something else that you use, or send like an SMS or an email. So all the different API keys and secrets. So it's saying that it's gonna fire daily at 1 p.m. UTC. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use a local environment file, which is called env, right? So this file will never be sent to our source control, like to Git. It will only live locally, and it should be ignored by our Git. And then when we're gonna deploy it, we'll run this command. Secrets from being ever leaked to Claude Code. What I did is I added ignore file, and this goes on the system level of Claude Code, meaning that Claude is always going to ignore anything related to that env, not the examples. and that's gonna allow all the different projects that will be running to never have to worry about .env leaking out to Claude. We did that. Now we can run the project, and I just want to show that for you to get the conversation ID, once you've created the bot and you went to the bot URL as explained in the document there that I showed earlier, JSON object, and in the results it's an array, and one of the items in the array is going to be the conversation ID. So if you see here, it's the chat right here, chat, and the ID of the chat is this. So there you have my name. So this solution only works for my chat. Get updates to your chat, this wouldn't necessarily work. So that way it kept private. For this demo, I'll keep it only for one chat. And if you tell me in the comments that you want to expand this somehow, or you want to try using it, you can also deploy it yourself, do it for your own purpose. So it says that everything worked, and we should have in our Telegram. Now that we ran the bot locally, and we could see that the web Telegram channel received a new message today, June 11, and it has a summary of what it realized about the general themes, and then it also gave some ideas of videos that we can work on. So generally looks really cool. I'm really happy with how it is set up and how it's working. And next we'll quickly deploy it to AWS. To deploy, let's go ahead. It's going to use CloudFormation, so you need the AWS CLI for that. So I just want to show the progress of the CloudFormation stack and what it did from the CLI. And it's showing that it's in progress. These are all the resources that are going to be deployed to the schedule, the role, and the function itself. So if I click on the function, here you could see the function that we deployed with all the code, and you could see that the EventBridge has access to the Lambda function every day and generate the content to be sent to the Telegram channel. So it does look like it deployed successfully. So this one command will put the secrets in the vault directly through the CLI. I think it's safe enough to do, to transfer the environment variables directly using the AWS CLI. So I will approve that right here. And now what it's gonna do is invoke the Lambda function to test out the entire implementation. So it's gonna add the function name, the region where it's running, and save the output. Let's see how it goes. So from this command, I should receive a message in my Telegram. There I have it. It works. And in those 2.5 minutes, it deployed and created a cron job. So the cron will run every day UTC at 1 p.m. So you could see how powerful it is when Claude Code has access to the AWS CLI and it's able to make code changes and deploy stacks and make changes to our AWS account on the fly. So it really is a powerful way of developing AWS, especially because it becomes very complicated if you're just trying to do it all yourself manually, or if you're just looking around Google for answers or whatever. Even copying and pasting from OpenAI, from the ChatGPT, it becomes sometimes a headache to piece all together all the files. But here, yeah, it's just all done for you. The files get changed. Fascinating. And that's it. That's the end of our, the Telegram channel. Everything is looking good. The cron job is set up. Every morning at 9 a.m. I'll have some fresh ideas of what to do for our next video, what is trending, and be able to keep up with my niche, which is Claude Code development tutorials for now. It might change in the future. If you have any app ideas or some tutorials you want me to show, just leave a comment, leave a like, and you can also message me or contact me. If you're a charity and you're looking to have some work done, I'll be happy to help, or if you're a business as well. Thank you, and have a nice one. See ya. Until next time.